Welcome back to Starts of Soul, where we share stories that warm the heart, stir the spirit, and remind us that unexpected moments can change lives forever. If you're new here, make sure to join our soul-loving family, and if you've been with us, thank you for keeping the light glowing. Today's story is one that starts with an ordinary car problem and ends with a question no one saw coming. This is the story of how a young mechanic fixed a single mom's car. Then she asked him to be her son's father. It was a warm summer afternoon in a small town tucked between rolling hills and quiet neighborhoods. The kind of town where everyone knew one another by name, where every business had a familiar face, and where kindness, though sometimes unnoticed, was woven into the air like the scent of fresh bread from the bakery on Main Street. Adam was 24, a skilled mechanic, humble, quiet, and known around town as the guy who never said no to someone in need. He worked at a little garage run by an older man named Mr. Harris, who had taken Adam in as an apprentice when he was barely out of high school. Adam wasn't the type who talked much about his life, but people sensed that he had gone through more than he ever let on. He didn't have any family left in town. No parents, no siblings, just the garage, a small rented room, and a reputation for being honest to a fault. That day, as Adam wiped his hands on a rag and prepared to close the shop early, a beat-up blue sedan limped into the driveway. He could hear the metal grinding from 10 feet away. The car sputtered twice before completely shutting off. A woman stepped out, her movements weary but graceful, and a small boy around 7 climbed out from the backseat, clutching a toy robot missing an arm. The woman approached with an apologetic smile. "I'm so sorry," she said. "My car just died. I don't have an appointment or anything." Adam offered a reassuring nod. "It's okay. We're still open. I'll take a look." Her shoulders sagged in relief. "Thank you. I'm Rachel, and this is my son, Leo." Leo gave a shy wave, then immediately hid behind his mother's leg. Adam smiled at him, then popped the car hood. Steam puffed out. "When was the last time you had this serviced?" he asked gently. Rachel laughed in that tired, embarrassed way that only people who are juggling too much in life do. "Honestly, I can't remember." Adam worked for almost an hour, diagnosing the problem. A blown radiator and a serpentine belt that looked like it had been chewed by a wild animal. The repairs wouldn't be expensive, but they were urgent. While he worked, Rachel and Leo sat on the small bench outside the shop. Adam overheard bits of conversation, soft motherly reassurances, a child's curious questions, and a quiet sigh from Rachel when she thought no one was listening. When he finished, he walked back to her. "You're good to go," he said. "Just try not to drive it too far until you can come back for a full check. I repaired what was critical." Rachel's face brightened. "Thank you. How much do I owe you?" Adam hesitated. He knew the look she wore. He had seen it before. "Someone scraping just to get through another day," he replied. "Nothing today. It was a quick fix." Rachel blinked. "No, really. I can pay something. It's fine," he said softly. "Just come back in a week so I can make sure everything's still running right." Her eyes filled slightly, not enough to spill over, but enough that Adam felt his chest tighten. She whispered, "Thank you. People don't usually help like that." Adam didn't know what to say, so he simply nodded. Leo, meanwhile, stared at Adam with big, curious eyes. "You fixed it by yourself?" Adam chuckled. "Yeah, with these 2 hands." Leo grinned, showing a missing front tooth. "You're like a superhero." That made Adam laugh, a real, full laugh he hadn't had in a while. When they left, Adam assumed that was that. Just another good deed in a town where good deeds were supposed to be second nature, but sometimes life has its own plans. A week later, Rachel returned, this time with a small bag of muffins, "Just a thank you," she said shyly. "I baked them myself." Adam tried to decline, but she insisted, and eventually he accepted. Leo ran around the shop as if it were a playground, fascinated by everything. "Can we watch you fix things?" he asked. Adam didn't see the harm in it, so he let them stay. 1 hour became 2. 2 hours became a small tradition. Every few days, Rachel and Leo would stop by, not always because the car needed work, but because Leo liked being at the shop. And Rachel, well, she seemed to find comfort there. She would sit on the bench with a book she rarely read, because most of the time she was watching Leo laugh or talking to Adam. And Adam, who had always been quiet, found himself talking more. About tools, about life, about how he had grown up in and out of foster homes, about how he'd always felt like he didn't belong anywhere. Rachel listened, really listened, with eyes that softened in a way Adam hadn't seen in years. One afternoon, Leo climbed onto the stool next to Adam as he fixed a motorcycle engine. "Adam," he said innocently, "can you teach me to fix cars when I'm big?" Adam hesitated. No one had ever asked him that. "Sure, buddy. And can you be my friend forever?" Adam's heart squeezed. "Yeah, I think I can do that." Rachel overheard the conversation. Her eyes shimmered with emotion. She didn't say anything then, but something changed in her expression. Something soft and hopeful. Weeks passed. Their visits continued. Adam found excuses to keep the shop open a bit longer when he knew they were coming. He started carrying an extra snack for Leo. He even fixed Rachel's broken side mirror without charging her, leaving her speechless. One evening, when the sun was dipping below the horizon and the sky was painted gold, Rachel asked Adam, "Would you like to have dinner with us?" Adam froze. No one had invited him to dinner in a long time, not in a home, not with a family. "I'd like that," he answered quietly. Dinner at their small apartment was simple but warm. Leo showed Adam every drawing he had ever made. Rachel cooked spaghetti and insisted it wasn't anything special, but Adam thought it was the best meal he'd had in years. After that night, everything felt different, warmer, closer, easier, but life, as always, has its complications. One day, Rachel arrived at the shop looking nervous, almost trembling. She stood in front of Adam, wringing her hands. "Adam," she said cautiously, "can we talk?" He nodded, though worry flashed in his chest. "I've been thinking," she continued, "a lot, and this might sound strange or even crazy, but Leo, he's grown so attached to you, and honestly, I have too." Adam swallowed hard. He wasn't sure where this was going. Rachel took a deep breath. "Adam, would you consider being a father figure to Leo? I don't mean anything official or pressured, just be in his life, be someone he can look up to, someone who won't leave." Adam froze completely. He hadn't expected that, not even close. Father figure, the words echoed in his mind. He thought of his childhood, of being passed from home to home, of people leaving, of feeling disposable. He didn't trust himself to speak. Rachel, seeing his fear, added quickly, "You don't have to answer now. I had to ask, because you're already his hero, and maybe you don't see it, but you've become a part of our lives." She started to step back, apologizing, but Adam gently reached out and stopped her. "Rachel," he said softly, "I'm not someone who's good at family. I never had one. I wouldn't know how to be a father." Rachel stepped closer. "Adam, you already are. You just don't realize it." At that moment, Leo ran up holding a small drawing. "Adam, look, I drew us fixing a car together." Adam took the drawing. It showed him Leo and Rachel, all standing next to a car with giant smiling faces. Above the stick figure trio in messy crayon letters. Leo had written, "My family." Adam's breath caught. Something inside him shifted. Something deep and long, buried. For the first time in his life, someone wanted him, needed him, chose him, and not just someone, two someones. He knelt down in front of Leo, his eyes misty. "Hey, buddy," he said gently, "how would you feel if I stuck around for good?" Leo threw his arms around him instantly. "Yes, yes, you're my Adam." Rachel covered her mouth, tears streaming silently. Adam stood, looked at her, and whispered, "I don't know if I'll be perfect, but I'll try. I want to try." Rachel stepped into him without hesitation, wrapping her arms around him. "That's all I ever wanted." From that day on, everything changed. Adam wasn't just the town mechanic anymore. He was part of a family, something he'd never imagined he'd have. He picked Leo up from school. He and Rachel had late night conversations about dreams and fears. He learned how to pack school lunches. He learned how to fix more than cars. He learned how to repair the quiet, broken parts inside himself. Months later, as seasons shifted and life settled into a new rhythm, Adam found himself standing on their small living room carpet, holding a tiny box in his trembling hands. Rachel looked at him with wide eyes. "Adam, what?" He swallowed hard. "You asked me once to be Leo's father figure, and I said I'd try, but I don't want to just try anymore. I want to be for him, for you, for us." He opened the box. Leo gasped loudly from the couch. "Mom, he's gonna marry you." Rachel cried instantly, tears of joy this time. She nodded, unable to speak. Adam slipped the ring onto her shaking hand. Their family, once broken, once unsure, once afraid, became whole. And all of it because a young mechanic decided to fix a single mom's car. Sometimes life gives us the people we need when we least expect it. Sometimes love doesn't arrive with fireworks or grand gestures, but with a simple act of kindness. And sometimes a broken car can lead to a healed heart. Thank you for watching Starts of Soul. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more soul-stirring stories. Until next time, keep your heart open, because you never know what small moment might change your life forever.